Multnomah Falls is one of Oregon's most popular tourist destinations. Sitting about an hour away from the Portland metropolitan area, Multnomah Falls sits right off of the Columbia River Highway in Multnomah County. Its accessibility to downtown Portland made it a very frequently visited destination by my family and I, especially when we had visitors from out of town. It was formed by the Missoula floods 15,000 years ago, and about 2 million people visit it annually. It is ranked as Oregon's tallest waterfall with a 635-foot drop, with a pedestrian bridge allowing for optimal viewing. The lodge itself was built in 1925, and the footbridge near the lodge was built in 1914. The lodge was built using timber and all of the types of rocks found in the gorge area by an architect named A.E. Doyle for $40,000. The lodge you can see down here in the left corner, while the falls and the footbridge are up at the top and also seen in different seasons, such as winter. Multnomah County itself obtained the Most Natural Gas Savings Award, which was a result of an evaluation of 34 organizations that participated in Oregon's Strategic Energy Management Program. The county saved $100,000 in annual utility costs and are committed to spending citizen tax dollars responsibly. In 2015, Multnomah County committed to a climate action plan that plans to reduce carbon emissions 80% below levels from 1990 by 2050. In 2017, it was 15% below 1990 levels, but was coupled with an addition of a 38% increase of population and a 34% increase in jobs since 1990. The graph indicates that although the population increased, carbon emissions decreased. Regarding Portland, the area nearby and where most of the tourist transportation comes from, most of the carbon emissions comes from the transportation sector. This is relevant because it regards all forms of transportation, including personal transportation. Multnomah Falls contributes to a large amount of personal transportation and has implemented a permit requirement for the summer of 2023 to reduce congested traffic in the area surrounding Multnomah Falls specifically. As it sits right off of the highway, a lot of the area around gets clogged, and this is an attempt to reduce that. In terms of external factors, in 2017, on September 2nd, by a teenager playing with fireworks, the Eagle Creek Fire was started. By September 28th, the fire was only 46% contained and ended up in all impacting a total of 48,000 acres, not even including the ash impact in Portland. The fire grew dangerously close to the Multnomah Lodge, but was prevented by water tenders. The impacts of the fire are still seen today on hilltops and closed trails, but there is minimal visuals from the Multnomah Falls itself. Along with this, the Columbia Gorge is lined with foliage and trees, and although the Eagle Creek Fire contributed to dwindling forests, sitting off of the highway, the carbon emissions from highway transportation is sequestered by the numerous trees lining the lodge that still stand strong. There's not much information regarding the water and energy use of the site itself, but most of the technology is extremely outdated. However, there are ramps and accessible toilets provided with accessible routes up to viewpoints as well. It includes telescope viewers that are adjustable for height and a wide selection of food that is allergy inclusive as well. Along with this, there is the Bonneville Dam nearby, but the dam is upstream from a waterfall. A high amount of Portland's energy comes from the Bonneville Dam, but in the future, waterfall powered turbines could be implemented along with more energy efficient lighting. For the community engagement aspect, there is an all inclusive nonprofit organization whose goal is to preserve the Multnomah landscape, both historically and biologically. But there's not much more that they do, and they could potentially implement more engagement with local underserved communities as well as schools. Overall, the site is not horribly unsustainable, but there are many places that it can improve on. With the amount of traffic the site gets, revenue can contribute to more sustainable energy use and new carbon sequestration techniques.